players and coaches all over the world. My name is Keith. I'm in the city of Mississauga, which is in Ontario, Canada, and I'm here to talk about the sport of volleyball. Today my topic is rule changes. Rule changes that everybody is interested in. Recently on the internet, rumors abound about the FIVB toying with a bunch of rule changes, and everyone's interested in this because it affects everybody. So I'm going to delve into that today in this video, but first let me just whip through a couple of the rule changes that are planning to be changed. 15-point games, serving rule, backcourt attacking rule. Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. Let me give you a bit of insight here. This coming August, there will be a World Championships for U23 women's volleyball, international stuff. During this tournament, the FIVB are going to test out some of these new rule changes to see how they work. It is a test. This isn't official or anything. It's a test. So they're going to test out these rules. Now let's talk about them, okay? Because it affects everybody. I mean, if the U23 championships go fine, people like the new rules, then they'll be implemented for the pro game, the international game, and then of course it'll affect everybody, even players playing co-ed here in Canada, in Ontario, and across the country. Everyone will be playing by these new rules if they're adopted. So let's talk about them. First of all, in case you haven't heard, 15-point games could be the norm. As you know right now, indoor court is played to 25 points, but it's best, well, 3 out of 5, where the fifth game, if necessary, goes to 15 points. Right now, if the new rules come into effect, it'll be the best 4 out of 7 to 15 points. All games will be 15 points. So that could affect co-ed in the future because tournaments and leagues are played to 25, and now you're going to play 15-point games. That could happen, okay? The 15-point game. So it's not so much the points, it's the amount of sets you're playing too, the best of when it's, 4 to 7 now. Yeah, it's going to take about the same amount, but you get the drift. The other rule is the serving rule. If you spike serve, currently the rule is if you take off from behind the line, you're okay. Now the new rule will say not only do you have to take off behind the line, you have to land behind the line. You can't land into the court while spike serving. That's a big change. It backs up servers way back now. So keep that in mind. That is the second rule change. The third one is backcourt attacking. Same style here. If you take off from behind the attack line, you will now have to land behind the attack line. As the rule sits right now, you can take off behind the attack line, but land way up at the net, if you can jump that far, of course. But the new rules say no more of this, backcourt attacks way back, and you've got to land behind the attack line. So you're basically taking off from half court from your jump. Wow. So that's a big change, especially for the international game where big players jump and they can land under the net and their spike already hits the ground by the time they land. So those are the 3 rules. There's more of them, by the way, but they don't affect the game as much. They're technical rules like the coaching stuff and technical timeouts, stuff most people don't worry about. So anyway, I just went over the 3 basic rules that will affect co-ed greatly. 15-point games, backcourt serving, backcourt attacking, all landing behind the line. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. Those are the 3 rules being tested. This isn't confirmed yet. They're being tested. And by the way, just to end this, if these new rules come into effect, it'll be late 2017, maybe taking effect 2018. And if you're playing college or university, they're not even going to hit you until September of 2018, well over a year from the time I'm recording this video. And for co-ed leagues who adopt the new rules, September of 2018. So you're talking a full season yet before anything even happens. So those are the rules being talked about. They could change, and they could really affect the game as it's being played. And some people like it, some people don't. But if they change the rules, hey, we all have to adapt. Anyway, this is Keith in Mississauga. I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, if you want to comment below, feel free to give your opinion on the potential rule changes. Not the rule changes, but the potential rule changes. This is Keith in Mississauga. Bye for now.
Subscribe
to the Volleyball channel.